Germanwings plane crash. Alps recovery operation resumes. A search and recovery operation has resumed in the southern French Alps after Tuesday's crash of a Germanwings plane that killed all 150 on board. One of the black box recorders has been recovered from the site near Digne. Officials said it was damaged but was still expected to yield data. The German, French and Spanish leaders have now arrived at the crash site. The Airbus A320, flight for U-9525, from Barcelona to Duesseldorf crashed after an 8-minute rapid descent. Germanwings chief Thomas Winkelmann said 72 of the 144 passengers were German citizens and 35 were Spanish, although the list was being constantly updated. The German victims included 16 pupils returning from an exchange trip. UK Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond confirmed that 3 Britons were on board. Other victims were from Australia, Argentina, Iran, Venezuela, the US, the Netherlands, Colombia, Mexico, Japan, Denmark and Israel. The plane's cockpit voice recorder, recovered by a helicopter team on Tuesday, was damaged but could still provide information, French Interior Minister Bernard Cazeneuve said. Transport Minister Alain Vitalis said if voices had been recorded the investigation would proceed fairly quickly. Investigators are still searching for the second black box, the flight data recorder. A day of mourning is being held at the Joseph Koenig Gymnasium School in Hollern am See, northwest Germany, where the 16 German pupils were from. Pupils at the Giola Secondary School in the village of Linares del Valles, northeast Spain, held the private 15-minute ceremony of remembrance for their foreign exchange student friends. The tombourage says they listened to a German song which their friends had played to them and Catalan poem was read out. French President François Hollande, German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy are now at the crash site. Speaking to reporters, Mr. Hollande and Mrs. Merkel thanked the rescue workers for all their efforts. Mr. Rajoy has declared 3 days of national mourning in Spain. Bereaved relatives are also expected to visit the scene on Wednesday. The mayor of Alps, the town nearest the crash site, said local families were offering to host them. Footage shot from a helicopter on Tuesday showed plane parts scattered on the rocky mountainside. The site is a picture of horror, German Foreign Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier said after being flown over the ravine. Everything is pulverized. The largest pieces of debris are the size of a small car, Gilbert Sauvan, president of the General Council Alps Haute-Provence, told the Associated Press. Germanwings, a low-cost airline owned by Germany's main carrier Lufthansa, said some crew members were unfit for service on Wednesday due to emotional distress. It said one flight was being cancelled but remaining flights would be according to schedule. Lufthansa and Germanwings staff held a minute's silence on Wednesday morning. Meanwhile, the first Germanwings flight on the same route as the crashed plane took off from Barcelona on Wednesday morning but the flight number had been changed to for U-9441. The plane began descending 1 minute after it reached its cruising height and continued to lose altitude for 8 minutes, Germanwings Managing Director Thomas Winkelmann told reporters. He said the aircraft lost contact with French air traffic controllers at 10:53-9:53 GMT at an altitude of about 6004. The plane, a single-aisle passenger jet popular for short and medium-haul flights, did not send out a distress signal, officials said. The White House has said there is no evidence so far of a terror attack. A Lufthansa official said they were assuming for the time being that the crash had been caused by an accident.